See, business has always been a part of my DNA. I just went about it the wrong way, which sent me to federal prison for 9 years. I'm bringing out dope stories of triumph that's meant to inspire and educate to take you to the next level. And no matter where we come from or come from under, we can set ourselves free.
Aaron Smith got caught up in a fast-paced lifestyle and a drug operation while growing up on Chicago's South Side. He ended up in jail for nearly a decade. During that time, he switched up his mindset and decided he wanted to use his skills for good.
He launched a podcast called Escaping the Odds, which highlights triumphant stories of people who bounce back from prison and have successful lives and businesses. The podcast is now in its third season. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning,
Good
Aaron.
morning. Thank you all for having me.
Thanks for being here.
At some point in your youth, you have to make a decision whether to go into this world. And most people who do either go to prison or end up dead.
Absolutely.
So what was your mindset? Was it, I can beat the system? Or you can't think past day one?
Absolutely. What happens is that you have tunnel vision. You know, you see what you want and you go after it, whether it's negative or positive. And I just went after it. I didn't look at the potential consequences or even the effects that it have on my community.
I was looking at some of the solutions that you're going to mention, and to me, it almost is like a universal thing that you don't necessarily have to have been gone to prison to do this.
Yeah.
It applies to someone who maybe had a traumatizing event in their life or some other event that they might be considered an obstacle in terms of going forward. And I thought the first one was interesting, turning pain into purpose. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. During my incarceration, I knew that I had to come home a better person, right? I had two choices, either be bitter or be better. Mm-hmm. And so God allowed me to give me this gift of escaping the odds to be able to come home and say, you know, I could turn something tragic into triumph. And so that's what I'm doing now.
And the second point speaks to kind of what we talked about a little bit. Don't give in to immediate gratification. You did.
Yes.
Why did you? Do you look back and you blame your parents? Do you blame the school system? Obviously, you deserve some blame. But
Yeah.
do you think why? Why was I in that mindset?
Well, first and foremost, I definitely can't blame my parents, right? They did an excellent job doing the best that they could, correct? But at the end of the day, I wanted to ascertain some of these things that I seen some of the guys on the street corners getting. And so I was going to do whatever it took to get that. And so I didn't think about those potential consequences at all.
And this is true for so many things in life. Your network is your net worth. Surrounding yourself with people that are going to help you lead a positive lifestyle versus going back into a negative lifestyle.
Yes, social capital was very important.
Yeah.
Although I had went to college, graduated, I never used any of my professional network. And so while I was incarcerated, I was like, okay, when I get home, I know that I need to reach out to people and organizations that can be conducive to where I want to go in life. And so that's what I'm doing now.
Well, that seems like a professional interpretation. I looked at it more like what friend you hang out with.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely,
Right.
yeah.
Did you feel that pull when you came back into your life that there were still negative people around you that maybe wanted to try to pull you back into a previous lifestyle?
Fortunately, I did not.
Good.
I did not.
Yeah.
But I can't say that for a lot of other people. Mm-hmm. But I think when people kind of see your life going in another direction, mm-hmm. they kind of steer away from you because it's not what they're up to. And so.
Yeah. But a lot of kids of all varying backgrounds would say, well, that guy's got a great car, I want one too,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but they're not going to make the decision that you made. Does that mindset come from poverty? Does it come from an inferior educational system? What are your thoughts on fixing the crime problem on the south and west sides primarily?
I think it's a variation of all of that. But when you have access, whether it's something positive or negative, I had access to it, so I was able to jump in the game, so to speak, because it was right outside of my door.
Yeah.
And so even if you're raised in a household that's law-abiding, such as I was, and outside of that door, it's like you got your sphere of influence, your friends, the neighborhood, and so you want to become a part of that.
So maybe the better question is that so prevalent because they feel like they really don't have any other opportunities? And is that an accurate depiction?
I would say definitely part of that. Again, you need access. You need to see people in situations that look like you, people that look like you achieving some of the things that you want to achieve. But if you don't have access to it, chances are you're going to kind of go down the wrong path and end up, as you stated earlier, either dead or in prison.
What were some of the resources that you found in prison that helped you come out of this and
Yeah.
lead a more positive
I think
path?
most of all was my faith in God.
Yeah.
That really allowed for me to have faith in myself. But then also the people that I was around. Again, that network, even inside of my incarceration, I found people that were like-minded like me. I didn't really spend time around people that reminded me of my previous situation
Right.
because I wanted to change.
Well, good for you. Congratulations on the success you've achieved so
Absolutely, thank you.
Thank
all.
you, Aaron. Thank you so much for being
far. For
here.
more, check out Escaping the Odds podcast. And hope to talk to you again soon sometime, Aaron. Thanks.
Definitely, I'm looking forward to it.
All right.